Welcome to this week's edition of the Sachem Patch Coaches Corner. I'm here, as always, with Dave Falco, the head coach from Sachem North. We have a little Brentwood football to talk about last week, and we're going to foreshadow some upcoming stuff this weekend against Connecticut. How you doing, Coach? Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
48-8 victory. It should have been 60-0, but we played fair. Talk about that win. It was big. I know Brentwood's not the best opponent, but it was still a great win.
We talked last week about not having that third week letdown like we had a year ago, and I think our kids really took to that message and showed up ready to play. A lot of times when you play high school football, it's not about your opponent, but how you prepare and how you show up ready to play.
The Crossan brothers combined for 3 interceptions in the game. X amount of yards, X amount of carries, just the stats are getting better and better, and it's only week 3. Talk about their performance thus far.
I think from a running perspective and their ball skills on defense, I think they're doing a great job. There are still some things that we need to work on, just for the fact that they have not been here with us. Some of those are some tackling issues. Some of those are some leaning and going offside issues offensively. But listen, they're great kids. They've really fit in well. Everybody here loves them. We're happy to have them, and for us to be successful, I think they have to play well.
This weekend we have Connecticut coming up on the road. Both schools are 3-0. Talk about what you've seen in their film, and I know you also went to their game before your game against Brentwood last weekend.
Connecticut is a well-coached team with an all-around running back, a very athletic quarterback, and a real good receiver. I think from their own admission, their offensive line and defensive line are still kind of feeling their way. But I think they're a 3-0 team in Division I, and I think we have to be ready to play.
How do you stop a guy like Pellegrino? I mean, he's already locked up a scholarship to play Division I lacrosse at Johns Hopkins. He's an athlete. He's also coming into this game with a little bit of a rib issue, a little bit of a hip problem. I know the goal is to never take him out, but you still have to stop him.
I think our personality on defense is to play fast and never get out hit. So I think that's going to play into him maybe being a little banged up. Listen, he's a great player. I don't know if you ever shut a great player totally out. We have to be prepared for their play action and their sprint game. They give us a lot of different formations. So I think overall from a defensive perspective, we have to stay on track with what we've been talking about, which is play hard, play fast, 11 guys to the ball, and not really focus on one guy because they have a great quarterback and a great receiver. So I think they have enough skill where you really can't focus on one guy.
One of the players that we haven't spoken about too much because he's so good, and it's almost like he flies under the radar, it's Michael Andriossi. He does his job, he does it brilliantly, and he's a quiet leader. Talk about what he's meant so far. His yardage numbers have been great, and he's been the player I would imagine you've expected him to be.
Michael is a key component for us on both sides of the ball. He's a great leader. He leads by example. He does his job offensively, very quiet. But we learned in the Patchogue game when he came out at the end with a little bicep issue that we really struggled offensively. So he's a key component for us. It's about him working hard. He's a great student. He's a student of the game. He's a great weight room kid. He obviously can run. He's got a lacrosse scholarship to UMass. So Michael is a key component for us, and we need to keep him healthy and keep him on track, and I think he's done a great job so far.
All right, Coach. That'll do it for this week's edition of the Sachem Patch Coaches Corner. Remember, Sachem Patch is your home for exclusive coverage of Sachem football. Stay classy, Sachem.